Hello, Friendly Man here once again, and I'm here to give you a video on how I won the Canadian Championship for my division. Now, I was getting a little bit in trouble with some of my friends by not saying in my division, but the thing is, that video that you watched, how to play chess, if you want to watch it right now, it'll be right up here, so just click onto that and you can watch it. It'll also be at the end of this video, so you don't have to click on it right away. So that video was not actually meant to go on YouTube. Why I had the extra footage and I had some extra time, I put it together and I put it on YouTube for you guys, and I got over 146,000 views. And I want to say thank you for everyone who watched. Thank you for supporting me. Because of you guys, I actually kept on making videos, and you wouldn't even have chess videos if you guys didn't watch. So you wouldn't even have this video if you guys didn't watch. So anyways, so there's the thing is about this video. I want to show you about how I won the Canadian Championship. There was like my last game. It was a 9-round tournament. I believe it was 9 rounds or 10 rounds. I forgot. It was on the last round. We call it the money round. I was playing a guy named Michael, and I had 4 points going into the tournament. And round 7, I knew I was going to be placing in some kind of I'll be winning some money, but I didn't know if I was going to get first or not. I just happened to get first. I needed a win to guaranteed first, to clinch first, and so then that's what happened. And so here's my evidence of me getting first. So right there. This is actually the most important trophy I have. Most important trophy I have, but it's the smallest. And because chess at that time was going through this, let's say this dark period in chess, is like a lot of stuff was not getting known. Like they didn't know that I won the Canadian Championship for my division. Like I wasn't in the magazines or anything like that. It was not until a couple of years later they actually published my name for getting highest performance in my class section, D class. And that's we call it the head scalping prize in tournaments. So if you get a head scalping prize, I didn't make up the name. I wouldn't have called it that. So, but I got that prize when I was doing the Canadian Championship because I was playing a lot lower than my rating was a lot lower than it was. Now, so I want to talk about sandbagging. Sandbagging is a negative term. Sandbagging is a terminology that a person purposely lowers his rating for the purpose of getting money. And my chair is falling over. Okay, so oh, that's better. Okay. Now, what happened is, because I was so low rated and I was beating so high players, it was hard for me to. There was a lot of people on social networks were like, Sean cheated and Sean did this bad and stuff like that. And the truth of the matter is, I was traveling to lots of tournaments that year, and I was sleeping in people's houses, couch surfing. And this one night, I was in the Ontario Championship, and I woke up like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember what time it was, and a cat was on my chest, right up here on my chest. Yeah, it was right there on my chest. I woke up to, like, I screamed. The cat, like, what? And the cat just bolted. And that's, that kind of wrecks me for a tournament. And the next, I'm kind of tired. I don't really want to be there. I'm missing obvious tactics. So life of a chess player is kind of hard in some areas, but it's pretty fun in others. But Anyways, that's I'm going off topic. So I just want to show you this last game. I needed to win to get first place, and I was really scared, and I pulled out no stops to try to get first place. And this is a real good educational lesson, so I hope you enjoy the lesson, and so stay tuned, and I have a whole bunch of things that I'll tell you and all that stuff. Okay, take 4. So I had a whole bunch of problems making this video, and my camera was starting to mess up. I messed up some pieces, maneuvers, and stuff like that. So I'm just going to start right from the beginning. So I hope I do everything that I remembered I was going to do. Okay, so I'm white, and Michael, he was black. And when you play in a big tournament, you always break out the best opening. And the best opening for me is gambits. I am a gambit player. I like to play gambits. So what I like to do in a gambit is I like to have more pieces developed than my opponent, and I like to have a better position. So I sacrifice something for me to get a benefit. So you're going to see that in this game, and that's what I'm going to show you my best opening. So I am a very fan of the E4. Now, I don't know you very personally, and that's where the problem comes in. If you're not an open style player, maybe E4 is not the best opening for you. Maybe, play D4 or something that would help you get a benefit. So that's why so there's like other openings and stuff like that. You can play, C4, that's the English. You can play your knight out in the first move if you want. That turns into a very closed game. So, anyways, there's like tons of stuff. So get to know yourself and get to know what's the best style for you. So E4 is the best style for me because I like open games. So he liked to play E5, so E4, E5, and Bobby Fischer said the best response is to play E5. So I'm already starting to get pretty happy already. So now my favorite opening is the bishop opening. This is the bishop opening, and the bishop opening, what it does is it allows me to attack the key squares and to put pressure on this. Bobby Fischer liked to put pressure on these kinds of lines. So now he's attacking this pawn. Now there are lots of openings where you can, guard it this way, or you can do this. Now this, in some chess books, says this is a very bad idea because he can actually capture here if he wants. And it says it's good for black to do this. To capture here, capture back. And then, if looks like I dropped a knight black looks like he dropped a knight for a pawn. If you can see the tactic, go ahead, say it out. Okay, it's D5. It's a fork. It's bishop, this knight, and they say this is better for. You have to keep your bishop. They say keep your bishop like this, doing a maneuver like this. So that's how you would. So that's one way of playing it. Now, I don't play that personally myself. Like I said, I'm a gambit style player, and there is a gambit in the bishop opening. So it's E4, E5, bishop, knight. Now, instead of playing this move, I play D4, and this is called the Eurosoft gambit. So he doesn't take here. He could have if he wanted to. He played knight c6 instead. Now, There are some mistakes actually from taking here. I forgot to mention that to you. Okay, if he takes here, I can take back here, and my next move maybe bring my queen over, or I can bring my queen over, and when he comes back, then I can take here, and then I'm eyeing this square. So this is like a semi-pin. That's the idea behind it. He must have saw that and he played this instead. So, okay. I'm trying to do this video with all-in-one moves and all that in one take, because then you feel like you're in an actual lesson with me. So I played D4 here. Now D6. Now he could have taken here and it would have been like a max lane attack, but he played D6. So I played Bishop G5, attacking this pawn, and this becomes like a two knights defense idea. So he wasted a move doing this, but then he plays this move. Okay, so I gained a tempo. And that's a good thing to keep inside your mind. Okay, I gained a move. He already lost, he's already down a move. Now I gained another move, so I'm up 2, theoretically. So whatever I do here, it's good. So I take here. And he captures back. He doesn't capture that one back, he captures a pawn back. So it's still even. Okay. So in chess, you gotta think ahead. Thinking ahead helps you win chess games. Now, I don't want to get my king stuck in the center. So what I want to do is I want to scoot him off to the side. So castling becomes the best idea. So now I'm protected. My rook and queen are guarding each other, so everything is good. Bishop here to attack the queen, but what he doesn't realize, I can shoo him away with a pawn. Yes, it makes a dark square weakness around my king, but it's not that bad. So now he's attacking this pawn. Now rook e1. Now, this move had a little bit of a dark secret behind it. So the move that is very dark in this situation is I'm actually pinning this pawn. Okay? Because I'm pinning this pawn to the king, I can get some advantage. This piece is not actually being protected by the pawn at this moment in time. Now, he plays d6. Now, you're probably wondering why he didn't play like a move like this. Okay? Winning the rook. I actually win his bishop and his knight by taking this. And then after he takes here, he has nowhere to go. And so I win the knight too. I win too much material this way. Okay, where's this pawn? Oh. So that's why he didn't do that. He saw that and he played this to protect. But this guy is still hanging. Okay. So I captured here. So now I'm up a free knight. So I'm like, oh man, I was like, am I going to win this tournament? I really want to win, but now I'm up a free knight. That doesn't mean that you give up playing chess. That doesn't mean that you stop thinking about what he's up to, because when you start getting comfortable, that's when you start making mistakes, and that's when you start losing the game. So I knew this, and I said, okay, I still got to keep on trying. I got to keep on playing. I have to imagine that we're still even in material and still keep on pushing on so I can win the game. So he castles away so he can capture my queen. But I said, oh, I don't worry, I just put my queen back where it was. Now he can check me. He checks me. This is just a spike check. I just move over. Bishop b6. He just goes there, keep this bishop protected. Knight c3. Now I'm developing my pieces, getting them in the center, protecting them. h6 to shoo away my knight because he's too close. So that's where I go right. I found later on knight takes e5 was playable. If he captures, I win this, and I win more material. So that was playable. Okay. Oh, I take here. Bishop takes e4. This is a mistake for him to capture e4. When you're down material, you try not to keep on exchanging material. It's the theory of pieces of cake. So if I had 5 pieces of cake and you had 4 and we made a deal, every time I threw away a cake, you got to throw away 1 too. Eventually, I would have 1 piece and you would have none. So that's the idea why when you're down material, you try not to trade down. See, in this position, my knights are stronger because if you look at the pawn structure, it's a closed position. That's what he was thinking, but it's not really that accurate. He should have kept the bishop on to keep pressure on me. The more pressure he has, the more chance that I might make a mistake. Usually a knight on the rim looks pretty grim. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his queen to attack the king. Maybe bring his knight here. Okay, bishop e3. Now, I want to trade off pieces. That's what I'm trying to do. He doesn't. He realizes that. c3. Block him off. I have this as a potential and stuff like that. f5. He wants my knight away. He wants to get him off square. So I play this move. Now I'm recycling the knight. I'm trying to get him to a better square. Queen f4. So he has like a move like this and stuff like that. So it gets kind of dangerous for me. Oh, and he's also attacking my bishop here. So I decided to move him all the way down and protect my king a little bit. f4. Now attacking my bishop. Bishop c5. c5. Just attacking the rook. I had to move him somewhere. It's good to sometimes when you move him, attack something at the same time. Rook f5. He goes here. Knight e4. So now I'm getting my pieces back developed, getting, kind of creeping into his area and stuff like that. Rook on a to f8. Now this is a little bit of a mistake of his. He maybe should have played here. Okay, like he's just going to go down the exchange. And like I said, I want to trade off. The more trading is better for me. So take, king takes. So I said, you know what? Time to start pushing pawns. Boom. I want to see if I can queen another queen there. So okay, he decided, okay, now he has a pretty interesting idea here. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Okay. Here, check. If I move away or something like that, he has this bishop move that becomes very dangerous for me. Okay. But I can capture back. I can capture here. Okay. And that's what I did. But that dangerous move is very, it's kind of a little bit too strong. Now, captures here. Now, if I capture here with the pawn, okay, now I didn't do that. He has this move, and remember I said it was very dangerous? Now he has this, and I actually have to sacrifice my queen to stop the mate threats. So, I'm not willing to do that. So that's why I... Okay. So I played here instead. So that stops any of his ideas of making the rook over there to come over. Okay. So he comes here anyways. Now he has another idea here. But I push this pawn. Rook f5. Now, so his idea behind this move was very dangerous. He has a threat here. Now, I want you to press pause right now to see if you can find his threat. Let's say I moved my queen here or something like that. That's not the best move. That's not what I played. Can you find his threat? Remember I said you have to know if you're going to play, like you can't say, oh, I can relax right now. No, I'm not going to relax. I have to start analyzing, why did he play this move? See, when you're playing chess, you got to ask yourself questions. Why did he play that move? What is his next move? Okay? Why does he want to do what he wants to do? Now, the idea behind that move is, if you didn't already find it, you can press pause again if you want to try to look for it. Okay, you don't want to press pause. It's this move right here. He wants to sacrifice his rook with check. If I this is the only move to capture back, and then he can come here for mate. Okay? He had a threat behind the move, and that's why I was like, oh man. So I saw that, and but he didn't see my threat fast enough, and that's where the problem was. Here, I can queen. Maybe he should have pushed, instead of moving the rook over, okay, maybe he should have done this move. I always thought this was a better move. Okay, so I can't queen, he just captures back. But he needs the bishop for this line, eh? Oh, I think this queen's here, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the queen's there. But he didn't play that. So he played this move instead. And I saw that threat of him capturing this pawn if I played a non-right move. So now I'm gonna queen. So at this time I walked around the board, found an extra queen on a table. Okay, and I promoted to a queen. Now I don't have another one of these guys, so I'm going to use my rook. The rook is still here, but I'm just going to put him upside down. So I'm just going to put this pawn here to indicate a rook, and imagine this is a queen, okay? So that's another queen. So I got two queens on the board. Check. He goes to f7. Rook, queen on 1. Queen on 1 goes to d5 check. G6, queen G6, queen E8, check. And this is where he makes his last mistake. I think he should have came up here to fight into the game, but he plays here. There's a checkmate in 1. Can you find it? And here you go, checkmate in 1. This queen is guarding that square. Both queens are kind of working very well together. And that's the last game, and that's how I won the Canadian Championship. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun doing it, at least, and so come on back to watch some of these videos, and you can also watch on how to play chess, that beginner video. After this, I'll put on some music, and you can click on the one that you want to watch, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you once again.